All right, let's jump right in. We are about to unpack a story that honestly feels like it's been ripped from a sci-fi script. But guess what? It's happening right now. We're talking about the collision of artificial intelligence, state-sponsored hackers, and a brand new battlefield in cybersecurity.
You know, for a long time, this was a what-if question. It's the kind of thing security experts would worry about late at night. Well, it's not a what-if anymore. We have a real-world answer. And, spoiler alert, it is a very big deal.
And there it is. That's the bombshell. According to Google's very own threat intelligence group, a highly sophisticated hacking team with backing from the Chinese government has been using Google's powerful AI, Gemini, to help them with their cyber attacks.
So let's get into our first section here. I want to be really clear. This isn't just a few hackers messing around. No, this is a calculated, state-level effort to take a public AI tool and turn it into a weapon for planning attacks against some really critical U.S. targets.
Okay, so to really get what's going on, you've got to meet the two main characters in this whole digital drama. You have the attacker, and then you have the tool they managed to hijack. Let's break down who these two players are.
Now, what's so wild about this is the stark contrast you see here. On one side, you've got APT31, a group literally sanctioned by the US government for nasty cyber activity. And on the other, you have Google's Gemini, an AI built to be a helpful, creative partner for everyday people. This is basically the story of a weapon maker finding this powerful, publicly available engine and just figuring out how to point it at a target. And the really crucial part? This wasn't some secret AI from the dark web. It's a public tool. That means the playbook they used could potentially be copied by almost anyone.
So the big question is, how did they pull it off, right? How do you take a friendly chatbot and basically turn it into an accomplice for planning cyber attacks? Well, the method is, and this is the scary part, surprisingly straightforward. So get this, the hackers didn't even have to build some crazy new platform. They just used an open source tool called Hexstrike. Now this tool was actually made to help good guys, ethical hackers, find security flaws. It's basically a bridge that lets an AI, like Gemini, take control of a massive suite of professional hacking tools. This is a total game changer because it lowers the bar for who can launch a sophisticated attack. Suddenly, you don't need to be an elite coder. You just need to be really good at telling an AI what to do. And here's their four-step process. First, they fed Gemini a series of really smart prompts to get it to think and act like a top-tier cybersecurity expert. Next, they used Hexstrike to plug that expert AI directly into their hacking toolkit. From there, they could just automate all the super technical stuff, like finding vulnerabilities. We're talking things like SQL injection, which is a classic way to trick a website's database into spilling its secrets, or figuring out how to get around a WAF, which is basically a website's digital bodyguard. And then, the final step. They use Gemini to cook up actual targeted attack plans against specific organizations in the US.
So let's be really clear. This is not just another hack in a long line of hacks. No way. This is a fundamental shift in the game. It's a preview of what digital warfare is going to look like. And the experts are saying we absolutely need to be paying attention.
I mean, when Google's own chief analyst for threat intelligence says something like this, you listen. John Holtquist is basically sounding the alarm here. He's saying this is a massive escalation. The era of AI-powered hacking isn't coming, it's here.
And all this leads to two huge fears for the people trying to defend us. First, you've got automated intrusions. Think of AI agents running entire attack campaigns on their own, hitting way more targets way faster than any human team ever could. But the second one is even scarier, automated exploits. This is where AI doesn't just use known hacking tricks. It starts discovering brand new security flaws all that itself. This changes everything. It takes cyber attacks from a human speed one-on-one problem to a machine speed one-to-many crisis.
So when attackers get this kind of new offensive power, it doesn't just invite a response, it forces one. We are now officially in an era where the only thing that can really stop a bad guy with an AI is a good guy with an AI. Welcome to the arms race.
And to understand this new arms race, you have to understand a concept called the patch gap. Think of it like this. It's the time between someone finding a broken lock on a door and the time it takes for everyone with that same lock to get it replaced. That gap, that window of time, that's where the burglars, or in this case hackers, get to work. And here is the core of the problem. AI gives the bad guys a massive speed boost. They can find that broken lock and create a key for it at machine speed, while the good guys are often still operating at human speed, trying to get the fix out. This makes that patch gap, that window of vulnerability, way wider. It means the whole defensive strategy of wait till we see an attack, then respond, is quickly becoming useless.
The attack is just too fast.
Which brings us to the only logical conclusion for the defenders. The only way you can possibly close that gap, the only way to fight attacks moving at machine speed, is with a defense that also moves at machine speed. As Hallquist says, you have to use AI to fight AI, and that means taking humans more and more out of the loop just to keep pace.
But wait, it doesn't even stop there. It's not just about planning attacks. There's another, much sneakier threat that's starting to pop up. It's not just about using AI as a weapon anymore. It's about stealing the AI itself. Google has a name for this: distillation attacks. Okay, think of it this way. Instead of just stealing a priceless sports car, you steal the entire factory blueprint that shows how to build it from scratch. Attackers are now trying to seal the secret sauce, the very logic and reasoning that makes these multi-billion-dollar AI models tick. Why? So they can build their own versions for pennies on the dollar. This isn't just stealing intellectual property. It's about stealing the very engine of innovation that gives a country its edge in AI.
So this is where it all leads. What was once a theoretical nightmare is now a very real tool in the hands of our adversaries. This one incident proves it all. Public AI can be weaponized. It's kicking off an AI versus AI arms race where speed is everything, and now the AI models themselves have become the target of a completely new kind of heist. It leaves us with what might be the most important question of the next decade. As this technology gets more powerful, who is ultimately going to win the race to control it?